What's going on, guys? It is Shay here. Welcome back to another prop review. Well, I wouldn't actually technically classify this as a prop review, but I'm going to be showing off all my pistol props that I have made myself. Not like airsoft pistols, like spring pistols that I bought, or any gun or any pistol that I've actually bought and modified it to act as a prop. None of that stuff. These are all guns that I have, all pistols that I have made myself. And funny enough, there's a lot of them, or quite a good amount of them, way more than how many rifles and SMGs I have made, which there's only one SMG I've made. There's like 2 rifles that I made. One is an OMG, one is an AR, so which I've already shown on the channel like plenty of times. So now yesterday I was actually feeling very under the weather. I was not feeling like myself yesterday for some reason. It has actually happened to me maybe about twice before. I felt extremely lazy. I just didn't want to do anything. All I did was like fold the basket clothes and that's it. So I'm back to myself today. I'm ready to go in and start filming. And yeah, here's the box. Actually, I should move this out of the way. Things on the ground for a second. But there's the thing. You guys can't really see it. But I'm gonna go from the oldest weapons I've made in this box all the way up to the more current models, as I said. So with that being said, let's begin. The DL44 heavy blaster pistol. This is a modernized DL44. This is Ezra Bridges' DL44. It is seen in Star Wars Rebels, and yeah, that's what it looks like, as you see there. This was one of my oldest blaster models I have made. I think I made this back in 2020, but I never did a prop review on it because I never thought about doing one. I kind of want to remake this. A lot of these guns in this box I'm planning on to remake, except for some of the current models maybe, but I do know that I kind of want to remake this gun. The next blaster, or next pistol that I have, is the DL18 blaster pistol, which I've been planning to try to remake for so long. I mean, this one is an old prop. Once I make a new version of this, where I get a new prop of this, this is going to be a stunt prop because the barrel, looks weak. The grip is too long. But this was, I think, the only blaster or the only pistol prop that I made, if you count the tool gun, which is actually kind of jacked up at the moment. And that's the reason why that's not in this box. But this is a DL18 blaster pistol used by a lot of people in Star Wars. The most common blaster pistol in the Star Wars galaxy. And I made this, I do know I made it sometime this year, sometime around this month of last year, if that makes any sense. But that is that thing right there. I don't even know which order to go in anymore because I don't remember the dates of when I made these guns. I had the Mega Sniper, but I ended up throwing that away because I was actually planning on remaking that. But I never got around to finishing it. But this is the Auto Blaster from Gexo Sentai Car Ranger, or Power Rangers Turbo. They have the same name, or they share the same name. Standard issue sidearm for every single one of them. This was sometime in 2021. I don't remember when I made this, but as you see there, it's pretty nice or whatever. And I don't plan on remaking this because it's actually, I have a feeling, well, it's not true to life to the actual gun itself, but it's kind of close in a way. This side, that is. If I had a holster for this gun, yeah, that's how it would be. The next gun I have is the Laser, which I'm also planning to remake because the grip is a little wonky, but this thing was really hard to make from what I remember. I made a sneak peek of this video, and I remember that this was actually really hard to make because even after it, I was not satisfied with the gun. But this is the standard issue, or this is from Bakuju Sentai Alba Ranger. That is the standard issue sidearm for the Core 3 Alba Ranger. It was used by the Killer Ones, the White Ranger, or the 6th Ranger of that team before he became good. But yeah, this is that gun, and I'm actually planning on remaking it. Now, this thing has kind of gone to hell a little. As you see here, the barrel is splitting, unlike this side where it's not. Because I think this side was locked down without any super glue. It was locked down with some hot glue. The next gun I have is the SP Shooter. This is actually the current model of the SP Shooter, which I use as the main prop. All the others, except for maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 of them are stunt props. Or except for, yeah, actually maybe about 3 of them are, except for those 3, the other one is a stunt prop. But this one I made in 2021. I would have brought out the original if I would have known I was doing this in order. But yeah, this is the SP Shooter. This is the current model. This is the weapon that, it's a sidearm or it's just a pistol that the Special Police or SPD uses, and this is from Tokusou Sentai Deca Ranger, I should point out. And it is the standard issue sidearm for every SPD officer or special police officer and the Decker Ranger. Dr. Kruger also has one, so does Decker Break, and it's kind of resembles D Magnum 02, but it's not. It's a separate weapon. The last weapon that I think was in 2021 was the D-Smasher, which I've been wanting to remake as well. It's a big gun. It's kind of like the younger brother of the SP Shooter, but you know, has I think a little more power and can actually be held like a rifle. I don't know, but I want to remake this gun so bad. I'm getting sweat in my eyes and everything, dude. Now going into 2022 is when I started making these guns. So the first weapon I have here is the Westar 35 blaster pistol. This is the weapon that is most commonly used by Mandalorians in the Star Wars galaxy. I gave it a yellow paint job because yellow is my favorite color, so I decided to give that. And I'm planning on painting the outer part black, so that way it looks a lot more like, you know, the gun, but like the gun in the show and the, you know, in the show, because it was never seen in the movies. So yeah, I'm planning on painting this again. You know, instead of painting it this pavement color, I want it to be black instead of pavement color. So I'm gonna do that sometime soon. I need to start featuring this gun on the channel a little more. It's a really cool blaster, and a lot of people like it. I guess we can move on to this gun right here. This is the Colt Detective Special, which was my first real gun prop, or a real gun that I made as a prop. I hate this gun. I don't hate the gun. It's just like the way I went about making this just looks so weird. It's like a cap gun, and I do not like the way I designed it. I was actually planning on throwing it away at one point because it just looks so bad. And in real life, this gun is chambered in 38 Special, which is my personal favorite pistol caliber or handgun cartridge for some reason. But yeah, it has a hammer, but it has no cylinder, and that's what I was most disappointed about, because I don't know how to make a cylinder for these guns. I just want it just to be there. I don't want it to move around. I just want it just to be there, just for it to exist, so that way it looks like a revolver. The next guns I have are the D Magnums. I think these were the next pistols I made. I might be completely wrong, but these are the weapons of Decker Red from Decker Ranger. These are actually probably some of the most popular pistol weapons in Super Sentai and Power Rangers. They're the personal sidearms of Decker Red and Decker Ranger, and the personal blaster weapons of Jack Landor or SPD Red and Power Rangers SPD. But yeah, they're really cool. I like dual pistols, and I did not want to make these at the time because the D Magnums are hard to make. You know, you got to do stupid two-wheel designs instead of just one and whatnot, and you know, all that type of stuff. But you know, I still went on with this. Next up is the DH-17 blaster pistol. I do remember this though. I think this was after I made the D Magnums when I made this. And this is the standard issue weapon for the soldiers of the Rebel Alliance, but before that, it was the standard issue sidearm for a lot of planetary security forces. One of the cheapest blaster pistols out there, but it's also a really cool one. As you see here, you know, it's a fully automatic blaster, but most like to use it in semi-auto. But yeah, this was the weapon that I made, I think maybe after I made the D Magnum. Next up I have is the LT57 blaster pistol. Probably my personal favorite blaster pistol at the moment, just because it's really an unknown weapon, which is why it is the real, like, this real name of this blaster has not been revealed. This is probably never going to be revealed. I call it the LT57 blaster pistol, and I'm going to stick with that until this gun gets an official name. And if the gun somehow gets the name LT57, then that's all what I did there. So this is actually the remastered model. The original is underneath my bed. That's now a stunt prop. The barrel split. When I was at my dad's house, I was supposed to use that gun in the skit, so I'm like, you know, when I go back home, I'm gonna remake the gun. So as you see there, that's what the gun looks like now. And I like this blaster. It is such a cool looking blaster. And the last blaster pistol that I have in this box is the Luxon Penetrator, or the Penetrator MB450. This is the last blaster pistol I have in this. Now you guys, I don't know if you guys can see the barrel, but I'm holding onto that thing. That's what it looks like, by the way. But the Luxon Penetrator is used by Bolduga, who was a famous gunslinger and you know, and bounty hunter in the Clone Wars TV show. And it's his personal. He uses, I think, 2 of these. And yeah, it's a small blaster. It's actually a sporting blaster pistol, but even though it is a sporting blaster pistol, this thing can pack quite a punch, and it also has a stun setting, which is apparently, they say, is negligible, which I'm assuming means it's not worth using. So let's move on to the next one. Next up I have is the pistol from PS3D, or Pixel Strike 3D. Now what's really funny is that I've only reviewed this once and I've never shown it on the channel again. I kind of figured that making weapons and, like, you know, pixelating weapons in prop form, like in physical form, just looks extremely weird, and I did not go with the idea. I do remember in the prop review where I reviewed this blast, or where I reviewed this pistol. I remember I said that I'm going to be making PS3D weapons, you know, starting with pistols. I did not end up going through with the ideas, so that's kind of sad. Next up I have is the 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum revolver with a 4-inch barrel and has a compensator at the end of it. Now, I remember I made this because a specific YouTuber, on a specific gun YouTuber, got me to start trying to make a revolver. I remember I always wanted to make a revolver forever after I tried remaking my 44 Magnum revolver prop from Pixel Strike 3D, but the makes and models I've tried doing on the cutouts were not good enough. So I'm like, bro, let me make a different gun. And I made the 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum revolver. This is the largest production handgun cartridge you could you can buy at the moment, and double action, single action, whatever, and compensators to help reduce the recoil and whatever. So, and I think this is maybe kind of true to life to the actual gun itself. And last but not least, the last gun that I have in this box, which is actually a WIP, aka a work in progress weapon that will be out soon. This is the FN57. This is a very famous pistol. I don't say very famous, but it's a popular handgun. It shoots a really weird cartridge called 5.7 by 28 millimeter. So, the P90, which is its I guess you could say the parent weapon, uses that cartridge as well, and they have extremely low recoil. Like, it's like very flat shooting for this gun. But the reason why I'm not reviewing this right now, like doing a full length proper review, is because I'm actually planning to make the magazines for this gun, because when you get the gun in real life, the gun comes with 2 spare mags and 1 already in the gun. So that's really cool. So yeah, I'm finishing up the mags today. So yeah, the video of this might be out maybe tomorrow, maybe, I have no idea. But this is the FN57 that will be out on the channel soon, and I'm really excited for this gun because I like the FN57. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. Sorry if I'm talking like gibberish. I mean, like, for one, it's hot, and two, I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling about something going on around here. Maybe it's because of the storm's gonna be happening later on today. I don't know how bad it's gonna be. I just hope it's not gonna be that bad. So yeah, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.